Welcome to Football Carnage. We are back. Champions League, round of 16. The draw is going to get started very shortly. And I think we are going to get some insane matchups. When you look at the possibilities, how the bracket could shape, the road to the final might be nuts. Let's be honest. This could go down as one of the best overall Champions League campaigns in terms of just different matchups that we would have seen in a very long time. And I'm excited because even though I don't really think Real Madrid will win the UCL this season, it's interesting to see how we stack up against these other clubs. But big up to everybody that's watching, right? Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Get in the live chat and let me know what you're saying for the round of 16. Because not only are we going to find out what those matchups are, we are also going to see what the quarterfinals will look like, the semis, and then, obviously we can start making our predictions from there. So a lot's going to be revealed today. It's going to be a very interesting UCL draw. You know what I'm saying? So look, guys, you heard what I said, man. Smash that like button. Also, big up okjersey.com, right? The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's also going to get dropped in the chat throughout the stream. Amazing quality kits, right? Make sure you guys use my code WILL. Save yourself some more money at checkout. World Cup's coming up as well. You guys definitely got to get your merch. But let me see. Vote on the poll as well. For Real Madrid, we know the two teams that we can possibly get. It's either Man City or Sporting. Now, if you're like me, you think it's going to be City. I feel like it's not a coincidence that every season we end up playing these guys. Like, I don't know what it is, but they love giving us Man City. It is Champions League heritage at this point. If we end up playing Sporting in the round of 16, I will be shocked. I think everybody will be shocked. Let's see. Big up to Jay. Says we need to channel that 21-22 aura if we want to win the UCL this season. Yeah, that was a madness. I can't lie. That's arguably the best, I think, Champions League run of any club was that season, bro. PSG, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. That was a gauntlet. When you actually think about it, like, we went through hell and we still ended up winning. Benzema that season, phenomenal. The hat tricks. Rodrigo coming off the bench, the brace. Oh my God, nah. Do you guys know, by the way, as a fan, the best moment of supporting Real Madrid for me was literally, what's the word? What is that? Yeah, the best moment that I've experienced was literally that Rodrigo brace. Like, that hit more than winning the UCL, bro. I can't lie. Like, I've never felt something like that in my life. Hold on, I'm trying to go to the draw so that I make sure. Okay, here it is. But for some reason, the audio's not working. It's interesting. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Will, I say that because we beat so many big boys. Yeah, bro. Nobody thought Real Madrid were going to win the UCL that season. Nobody. But the difference is that we don't have Cruz. We don't have Modric. We don't have Benzema, right? We don't have a lot of the players that we did during that UCL run, right? I think, like a lot of those guys were a lot more experienced, were a lot more proven. But when you look at current Real Madrid, like these players, bro, like they just have let us down in like a majority of the big matchups. So like that's the issue that we have. Yo, big up to my guy Eugen with the first super chat of the stream. Eugen every single time. Says, Bodø Glimt is winning the UCL. These guys are looking crazy. Likes up chat. Bro, Bodø Glimt, they literally did a madness, by the way, because they won 3 straight games at the end. That's how they qualified. And they beat, Atleti? They beat Man City, if I'm not mistaken. Let's be real. Bodø Glimt, maybe they can do a madness like what Villarreal did a few seasons ago when they had a little Cinderella run. But, I mean, come on, bro. We all know Bodø Glimt ain't winning no UCL, bruv. Yo, big up Sam. Says, dude, you are so early with... Bro, it is 5:58 in the morning, dog. It is 5:58 in the morning. Nobody could say Carnage don't deliver on content, bro. Because, funny enough, though, unlike the playoff draw when I woke up late, I made sure I set 3 alarms this morning. And I got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So, it worked out. If we're going to win Man City, we can win the Champions League. To me, bro, it's not that simple. I'm going to be honest. It's definitely not that simple. Because if we get past Man City, then we more than likely will get Arsenal or Bayern. That is the real test. Now, if we get past Arsenal or Bayern, now we're talking. Matter of fact, let me pull up what the possible matchups can be for round of 16. So, here it is. Now, what's very interesting, right, chat? Like, what's super interesting about this is that if you look at PSG, whoever they draw is going to be a madness for them because PSG are going to either get Chelsea or Barca. Now, I hope that they get Barca. That's what I want to see. I want Barca to get PSG. But besides that, I think, Real Madrid, either Sporting or Man City, bruv. Come on. Bodø Glimt will get one of Sporting or Man City. Again, I think it's going to be Man City for Real Madrid. The draw is starting now. Why can't I hear it? I can't hear it. I hope these Barca bums get PSG. PSG. If Barca get PSG, they're cooked. If they get Newcastle, I think they'll be okay. Even though I do think Newcastle can beat them, but I see Barca going through. Why can't I hear this, bro? Bro, like, where are my AirPods? I don't got time to troubleshoot for audio. My fucking AirPods. I can't hear anything. Okay, I can hear it now. Yeah, that's annoying. I think the plug for my headphones aren't working properly, but I can hear it now. Imagine that. I gotta fucking put an AirPod in, bro. What kind of dumb shit is this? I don't even want to fucking wear the AirPods, dog. Hold on. Let me actually refresh this. Let me see something. By the way, if you guys want to watch this, it's on UEFA.com. It's live for free. Just go to the Champions League website, essentially. But look, let's talk about the possible pathways. So, look, PSG, they don't have an easy draw. It's either Chelsea, who gave them belt to ass in the Club World Cup final, or it's Barca, a rematch from earlier this season. Then if you look at Galatasaray, they'll either get Liverpool or Tottenham. So if you look at this side of the bracket, you could possibly see, I don't know, PSG Liverpool, PSG Tottenham in the quarterfinals, Barca Liverpool in the quarterfinals. Again, like, the possibilities are insane. Then if you look on the bottom side, which if you look at this, there is a possibility, hypothetically, if Real Madrid advanced to the semis, and if Barca advanced to the semis, depending on what this draw is today, we can get an El Clasico semifinal. That is insane, right, chat? Imagine that. PSG is not good this year, but neither are Barcelona, and they already beat you with... Bro, PSG went to Camp Nou and beat Barca. No Dembele, no Kvaratskhelia, no Desiree. They didn't have their entire front three. No João Neves, no Marquinhos. Bro, they beat you without their entire front three. I know that Barca also had a few injuries as well, but you at least had Yamal. Like, did you not have Pedri in that game as well? Yeah. This guy right here is just yapping. The best pathway for Real Madrid, I mean, of course, Sporting would be the ideal draw to get. City are better than us, but I think we all know what it's going to be, bro. Make sure you guys smash that like button, people. Who do you have as the favorites to win this competition, by the way? I'm curious. It would have to be either Arsenal or Bayern, right, as the favorites this year. Chelsea will batter PSG. I mean, Enzo Maresca's not there anymore, so what would the new manager do in terms of tactically? What if he has a different approach than what Enzo did? Because I think everybody picked PSG to win the Club World Cup final, but, I mean, Chelsea were phenomenal. Cole Palmer cooked. Like, PSG were not able to do anything in that game. Papillon should stay on till the end of the stream. Make sure you guys are here for Football Chaos later. Because, hey, look, man, like Papillon, bro. You guys don't want to miss it, bro. I'm telling you. Bayern, Arsenal. Yeah, I feel like those are the two favorites. Why are they showing Rakitic highlights? What the fuck? That's random. They're literally showing Rakitic Champions League highlights. Is he about to present something? Why the hell are we looking at this mid? Is he about to go on stage? Oh, shit. I think he is. Yeah, he is. Okay, fair enough. Ceballos better, by the way. Ceballos is better, man. This guy Rakitic out of here, dog. Thiago Pittarch is clear. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying as well. Champions League draw, and they bring out a mid-Barca midfielder. Nah, what is this, bruv? What is this, bruv? Let's be honest. Would Rakitic even start for this current Real Madrid? I don't think so. Jude Bellingham is clear. Tchouaméni, clear. Camavinga, clear. Valverde, clear. Arda Güler, clear. Rakitic don't even start for current day Real Madrid, bro. Respect the Croatian. The only Croatian that I respect is Luka Modric. Fuck is a Rakitic, bruv. Shit sound like a cure for the cold. Yeah, doctor, I'm not feeling well. Yeah, you know what? Let me prescribe you some Rakitic. Hold that. Fuck Rakitic, bruv. Man said he'd trade his right nut for Rakitic. Man said he'd trade his nut, bruv. Nah, that's crazy. You're mad. What is wrong with you, bro?
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I mean, of course, the draw is not going to just get started right away. You guys know that they always got to fucking talk for a little bit. They never just get straight into it, you know? But, like, they're asking him about, like, his life and shit. Like, nobody cares, bruv. How many followers do Rakitic got on Instagram? Let me see how many likes per pic he getting. Let me see. Let me check Rakitic IG. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Damn, 17 million followers? Fuck. Fair. Nah, come on, bruv. Man got 17 million followers. And on his last picture, bro got 9,000 likes. Stop it. Rakitic don't got no motion. How you got 17 million followers and you getting 9,000 likes? Nah, get up out of here, bro. Ain't nobody care about no Rakitic, bruv. Better take that dumb shit to the Camp Nou, fam. Get out of here, bro. We need Bodø in the final? Bruv, ain't nobody trying to see that. All right, so they're explaining how the draw is about to work. Lock in, chat. 9,000 likes. Don't got no motion. Who cares about IG? Bruv, if Messi posts a picture of his fucking pinky toe, that shit getting 1 million likes, minimum. That's motion. If CR7 posts a picture of his left leg, nigga, that's motion. You know what I'm saying? Let Neymar drop a pic right now. That's motion. They bringing up Rakitic, asking him about his life. Nobody cares. He only get 9,000 likes. We don't care. Nigga post a pic. Nobody care, bruv. Yeah, I know who we should bring up here while we're presenting. Ivan Rakitic. Said no one ever. Hold that. Bro, Will, what do we get from these players doing good on IG? I'm talking about relevancy. When I said I don't care about Rakitic because he's not relevant. Talking about Rakitic like he... Bro, get out of here, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, though. I'm just messing with y'all. I just felt like trolling a bit. Who cares? I just need them to hurry up with this draw. Nah, I know that like Rakitic like was a good player, bro. The first ever Champions League I watched was Barca versus Juve, bro. That's literally the first UCL because that was the first season that I started watching football. So I'm aware of what, you know, that Barca team did. Who would have thought that that would have been the last UCL final that they were going to win? We don't disrespect old ballers compared to now. Sam, you and I are very different, bruv. I'm not a nostalgia merchant, dog. You know what I'm saying? Sam, by the way, why aren't you doing a watch-along? I'm surprised that you're not on stream, bro. But yeah, I'm not a nostalgia merchant, bruv. Like, I tell you this right now, bro. Paul Pogba's clear of even Rakitic. I tell you that shit right now. Paul Pogba's clear. I don't need... Oh, yeah, these guys played in 2010, so they're ballers. Nah, bruv. I don't care about all that. Okay. Yeah, position 1 and 2, Arsenal and Bayern. Position 3 and 4, yep, Liverpool, Tottenham. 5 and 6, Barca and Chelsea. 7 and 8, Sporting versus Man City. Notice how you didn't hear about Real Madrid, right? Because Real Madrid can't get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid are absolute bottle jobs. But the draw is starting now. The draw is starting now. Okay, first team's about to be announced. Come on, chat. Who's this? Oh my God. Okay, Manchester City. I fucking knew it, bro. Jesus Christ. Man City again. Bro, Sporting versus Bodø Glimt. Fuck off, man. Every season. My God. I should have put my savings on the line. I should have put my savings on the line. I knew it was going to be Man City. I knew it. Ever since they said it was either City or Sporting, we all knew it. Jesus, every season, bro. I knew it. We all said it from when we drew Benfica. When we drew Benfica, we said it's going to be Man City. We said it. If Real Madrid can play Man City in the Champions League, it will happen. European heritage at this point. It is the Champions League El Clasico. Fuck me, bro. Every season. We played them in the playoffs last season. And now we got to play them again this season. Mind you, we already played them in the fucking league phase. We'll talk about it more. Let me just hear what the other matchups are. Barca versus Newcastle? Are you fucking kidding me? Sam, you didn't warn me about anything. I already knew. I already knew, bro. I didn't need to be told. I knew it was gonna be Man City. No shot. And then Barca get Newcastle. Barca get Newcastle. Am I scared? No. I'm annoyed. Like, we don't got to see this shit every year, bro. Oh, my God. Like, Man City, of course, bro. Like, who else would it fucking be? It's always Man City, dog. It's always Man City. So then this means that Chelsea are going to be going against PSG. Bro, how the fuck did Barca get away with that, dog? Like, of course we get Man City and then Barca get Newcastle, bro. Yeah, that's shit. Atalanta versus Bayern. I'm just trying to see like what the rest of the bracket is going to shape out to be and then the possible pathways. Like, they're literally milking this. Bro. What we saying about the draw? What are we saying? Real Madrid versus Man City. I should have put... honestly, bro, I literally said to myself, I'm going to drop $2,000 on us getting City. And then I thought to myself, what if we do get Sporting? And then, because that's the kind of luck that I have, right? Like, I can... If I would have put money on us getting Man City, we would have got Sporting. So I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me not do that. I was like, let me not do this. Let me just see. And now I'm thinking, fuck, maybe I should have put bread on it, bro. So now we know the pathway to the Champions League final. This is the last draw of the UCL for the season. Everybody now knows what the possible semi-matchups can be. Quarterfinals. Man City every year, dog. Last season, we played them in the fucking playoffs. The season before that, we played them in like the quarterfinals. The season before that, in 2023, I think they knocked us out in like the semis. The season before that was 2022. That's when we did the madness with Rodrigo. Like, come on. In the last, 6 years, we've played Man City 5 times. So, I mean, it's over now. Like, we know everything. I mean, now we got to break it down. We got to break it down. But before we do that, let me get some of your comments in here. What are you guys saying? Dude, I can see Atletico versus Arsenal in the semifinals. Arsenal will slap them. Arsenal will slap them. If it's Arsenal, Atleti in the semis, Arsenal will be in the UCL final. Atleti aren't a serious sporting institution, bruv. Atleti will win Copa del Rey, and then they're done. Easy game. I mean, I don't think Newcastle is an easy game, but Newcastle is the easier matchup. Compared to either get between PSG and Newcastle, if you're Barcelona, you wanted Newcastle. So you got the matchup that you would have preferred. But I still wouldn't say that it's easy, but I do expect Barca to make the quarterfinals. Yes. Barca are making the semis? I don't know. It depends. Because if Tottenham make... Okay. Let me actually find a graphic. We are going to focus on Real Madrid first. And then we'll look at the overall table and how that will be affected. Hold on. Now that's crazy, you know. That's like legit crazy. Even Thibaut Courtois said it after we beat Benfica. Courtois literally said, it's going to be City. He said, he literally came out and said, we all know it's going to be Man City. W draw. What focus, bro? We are losing everything. Barca got the easy side, of course. Man City and Bayern, Real Madrid are cooked. I think we can beat City. I don't think we will, but I mean, obviously, Real Madrid can beat Man City. The thing is, we're not going to get past the quarters. I'm trying to find a graphic of just what this bracket looks like. Yo, big up Touchline. I definitely saw you in here. I got to find your chat, bro. But, let me see. Oh, okay. Man talking about being threatened. Oh, all right. I mean, and the worst part was City signed Mark Gahey. Dog, because we're bums, bro. this is what happens. Real Madrid have nobody to blame but themselves. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about it. I just want to find a graphic to put on screen, a visual representation, because I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed. I might even start ranting here because I'm getting more upset like as I think about it, bro. Like, this is actually mad. This is mad, bro. If we would have done our jobs, don't worry. Just give me a second. Give me a second. We talk about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I just want to pull up everything for you guys before we even get into that. Don't even fucking worry, bro. City once again. Big up everybody that's in here, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so. Get in the live chat. Let me know what you're saying for the draw. Big up okjersey.com. Amazing quality kits. The link is pinned, right? So make sure you guys look at it. Let me close the poll. Why is the poll even open? We already know what the matchups are. Crazy. Are you happy with what your team got? Jeez. PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern on one side of the draw. Yeah, look at the other side, bro. Look at that other fucking side, dog. Fucking hell, bro. Look at the side that we're on. It's always a gauntlet for Real Madrid. But that's all right. Because it'll make it that much better when Barca don't win it once again. Imagine being on that easy side of the bracket. Hold on. Yeah, this is fucked. It literally looks like... So, okay. The side of the bracket that Real Madrid have, it's mad. Like, the other side, if we were on the other side, bro, I would be predicting us to fucking make the final. It's rigged? I mean, it has to be rigged, bro. It's not a coincidence that we're playing against fucking Man City every single season. That's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences that happen too much, right? You know, maybe like once in a while, okay. But every season, bro. Guarantee Madrid are beating Newcastle. Would we beat Newcastle? I don't know, to be honest. I'm going to need Bayern to do something for me. Yo, big up Touchline. Well, now I understand why Perez won a Super League, to be honest. Every year, they give Barca an easy path. Big up, bro. Let me see. We are not passing Newcastle. Nah, Barca will get past Newcastle. I expect Barca to be a... I expect Barca to get past Newcastle, bro. Come on. I think Barca, honestly, will make the semifinals. Because, okay, like, we'll talk about that. Don't worry. Like, we'll get into all of that, bro. We'll get into all of that. Look at that side of the bracket, though. That is a disgrace. That is a disgraceful side of the bracket. They literally put all the heavy hitters on the left And they pretty much, the only real threats on that right side is Barca and Arsenal. Like, Barca and Arsenal are the two best sides on the other graphic. So, I mean, wow. Wow. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, chat. It's always City, bro. I mean, look. The round of 16 matchups are in. How's everybody feeling? Let's actually just start breaking this down. Getting the easier side doesn't help you win the UCL. You have to get tested. Of course it helps you win the UCL because it helps you go further. When you don't got to play the better teams, let's be honest. Arsenal and Barca's path to the semifinals is very easy. Now, the semifinals will be hard because I expect it to be Arsenal versus Barca. That's going to be their first real test of the knockouts. Before that, what test do Arsenal or Barca have in theory? I mean, maybe if they draw Atleti, sure. Fucking Tottenham are on the brink of relegation. Tottenham are not beating Atletico Madrid. Tottenham are on the brink of relegation. If Tottenham play against Barca, I think Barca will beat them. So the semis, because Arsenal are going against Leverkusen. Okay, we'll talk about all of that, right? Let's start off with Real Madrid. Then we'll look at everything. Don't worry, chat. We will break it down. But the Champions League draw has been set. We know the round of 16 matchups. And we also know the possible pathways to get there. It's very clear who you're going to go against. Everybody's going to be picking their favorites. Everybody's going to be making their predictions. Now, we got to talk about Real Madrid. Because once again, we have drawn Manchester City. And is anybody surprised? I am not. This is exactly what I expected. Everyone knew that it was going to be Man City. I should have put my life savings on the line. This is the Champions League El Clasico. It needs to happen every single year. And Real Madrid have nobody to blame but themselves. Yeah, we're all sitting here very annoyed about this matchup. Because let's be honest, Real Madrid are not the favorites. I think we can beat Man City. But that doesn't mean that I think we will. I think City have the better attack. City have the better midfield. There's only two things that make me feel a little bit optimistic. City's back line is not good, but neither is ours. So I expect this to be a very high-scoring two legs. And what also makes me feel a bit confident is that we have City's owner. We got the New Delhi Messi, the Mumbai Neymar, the Bangladeshian Ronaldo, the Sri Lankan Hazard, man like Rodrigo. There's three things guaranteed in this life: death, taxes, and Rodrigo cooking the life out of Man City. You look at Vinny's form as well. Hopefully that's something that is improved because we see him right now cooking. I need him on smoke against Man City. We played them already this season. They beat us at the Bernabeu. But let's be honest. We were the better team that game. If Vinicius had his shooting boots on, minimum, we leave with the draw. But how many chances did we waste? Let's talk about it. We outplayed Man City. Now, that was under Xabi Alonso. Now we have Arbeloa. So we are at a disadvantage, right? Because compared to Pep Guardiola, we might as well have Carnage on the touchline. Arbeloa cannot chat to him. Pep, generational manager. And it's very funny because if you look at the philosophy of both of these clubs, Real Madrid refused to strengthen the team in the January window. And I think we are going to suffer because of that. We're going to suffer. City, on the other hand, they had issues and they addressed it. Look at their back line. Vardiol got a long-term injury. Ruben Diaz got an injury. What did Man City do? They went and got Mark Gahey for only $20 million. Real Madrid's back line has been depleted all season. Militao, this guy can't stay fit to save his life. Rudiger, it's like the dishes at the end of the night. Wash. I'm out there with Asensio, who is a decent player, but he's not Real Madrid level. Let's be honest. He's not Real Madrid starting quality player. He's a backup rotational piece. Housen is struggling. The guy is 6'5", but his body is about 80% neck. My guy looked like a giraffe in the back line. We are struggling defensively. And instead of the board saying, you know what? Let's strengthen. All of our rivals are buying players. Even broke-ass Barcelona brought a player in. But they said, nah. Once again, let's just not strengthen the squad. No. We could have got Mark Gahey. We wanted him for free. We wanted him to run down his contract. City said, fuck that. We'll pay for him right now. Mark Gahey is now at Man City. They had issues. They addressed it. We don't do that. Our midfield, we struggle to control games. We could have signed Ruben Neves, somebody that is a deep line playmaker, a holding midfielder. He checks the Cruz profile. What do? Nothing. Man City, Mark Gahey and Semenyo. They already have Erling Haaland. They got Cherky. They got Foden. They got Jeremy Doku. They got Omar Marmoush. They got fucking Rodri. They got Nico Gonzalez. By the way, Bernardo Silva always turns up against us. Bernardo Silva loves a game versus Real Madrid. So, look, I'm very annoyed. We knew this matchup was going to happen. Zero chance in hell that they were going to give us Sporting. Was not going to happen. But, like I was saying, Real Madrid have nobody to blame but themselves. When you don't take care of business, when you bottle the top 8 for the second season in a row. Remember, before we played Benfica on match day 8, we were sitting 3rd. All we had to do was win. And we would have been 3rd in the UCL table. We would not have this matchup right now. But you want to go get belt to ass by Benfica. Get absolutely cooked. And then we get knocked out the top 8. Is anybody surprised that this is the matchup that we got? It's going to be an absolute battle. I think we can beat Man City, but I don't think we will. Now, when the games are approaching maybe a little bit more, then, look, I'm always going to back my team. I'm always going to back my club. But I don't think you can blame any Madrid fan that is feeling a little nervous right now. Look at our defense. What are they going to do against Man City? But we did already play them. We did. Now, I do want to just talk about what the possible pathway can be, because we are on the gauntlet side of the bracket, right? We didn't get lucky. We didn't end up on the right side. Look at this, bro. Look at this right here. Imagine being on the right. I would have loved to get this side of the bracket. This shit looked like the Europa League. We're on the same side as PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Bayern. So now, we do have an idea of what it will take to make the final. So let's talk about it, right? We're going to be going against Man City. Bayern are going against Atalanta. If we beat City, and if we do make the quarterfinals, this is where I genuinely believe our UCL run is done. Because Bayern this season are the second best team in Europe. I think they're right behind Arsenal. For me, Bayern, Arsenal are the two favorites for the UCL. I know that before the draw, there was a possibility of us playing Barca in the semis, but that would have only been if Barca got PSG. So, no El Clasico unless we both make the final. Which, the odds of that happening, very unlikely. But could you imagine Real Madrid, Barcelona, Champions League final? I think that would break the internet. But, yeah, Bayern, last time we played them was the last season that we won the UCL, the 23-24. Remember, Vinicius cooked the life out of them. Joshua Kimmich almost retired. He wanted to go back into midfield. He didn't want to play right back anymore after what Vinicius did to him. And then, remember, Joselu, the brace. That's the last time that I actually felt pride in the club. But I think Real Madrid's board have fucked us. Yes. If we would have signed a midfielder and a defender in January, I'd feel a lot more confident. But the board, they're stubborn. Perez is stubborn. They've been very successful doing things the way they see fit. So fair enough. When you have won, I don't know, how many Champions Leagues has Perez won at Real Madrid? A lot. I've seen 5 of them. Imagine that. So, when you're that successful doing things your way, it's very hard for you to change. It's very hard for you to adjust. But in the modern day, if you don't spend money, the January window is there for you to strengthen your squad, for you to fill in any gaps that you have, for you to give your team the best chance to compete in the second half of the season. No club does a better job than that, than Manchester City. Look at the signings that they make in January. We are the underdogs. We are. But I do expect a high aggregate when it's all said and done. Like 6-5. Maybe a 5-4. I think both teams will have a lot of chances. I think it just comes down to who's more clinical. And I think you would have to give City the advantage because they have Erling Haaland. By the way, Jude will not be here. Militao will not be here. I think Mbappe will just be coming back before the first leg. So we're already at a slight disadvantage. I think Courtois is going to need to have a masterclass. We saw what Lunin did in the 23-24 season. By the way, we knocked out Man City in the playoffs last season. Look at this. Look at this, chat. Here are our Champions League knockout runs since 2017. Now, by the way, remember, this is towards the end of the three-peat era. This was life before we played City every fucking year, right? We beat Juve 2017. We beat Liverpool 2018. By the way, Liverpool, hold that, okay? Fuck Liverpool. Just want to throw that out there. 2019. Do you guys remember the 2019 season when Ten Hag and Ajax came to Madrid and gave us belt? Do you remember that? I still toss and turn thinking about what they did to us. We got absolutely cooked. That was, remember, Zidane left. We brought in Lopetegui. Lopetegui was sacked. Then we gave Solari the job. And then after we got belted by Ajax, Solari left. And then we brought Zidane back. 2020. This is where the nonsense with Man City starts. They killed us. Knocked us out round of 16. Next season, we didn't play them, right? Remember, Atalanta, Liverpool. Then this is when Chelsea beat Man City in the final of 2021. Chelsea. I remember, this is when they went on that run with Thomas Tuchel. They knocked us out. Then in 2022, the best Champions League run of all time. This was the gauntlet. Name me a team that had a better Champions League run than Real Madrid in 2022. This is why we are the club of miracles. Nobody gave us a chance. PSG had Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. All these guys. They were dealt with. By the way, do you guys remember Messi missing the pen? I thought Messi said, oh, wait. That was with Barca when Messi said, the Champions League will return. Everybody laughs at Vinicius tweeting that he'll try 10 times harder. How come we don't laugh at Messi lying to the Barca fans? Champions League is coming back. Anyways, mind you, we lost a leg every single round in this run to the final, bro. Benzema, absolutely cooked. Oh my God, what a season. Yo, Benzema and Vinicius in 2022. Was special, chat. Oh my God. Wow. What a finals run. And then, right, we did knock out Man City that year in the semis. Then we beat Liverpool in the final. 2023. I mean, they cooked us. This was the 4-0. They cooked us. We got belt to ass. Then after that, right? 2024. Last time we won the UCL. By the way, we were not that good in this run. I think we were good against Bayern. But if you look at all the other games in that 2024 run, we were not all that. Honestly, we really weren't. Leipzig should have beat us. They were poor. They couldn't finish their chances. Man City, we defended for our lives. Lunin masterclass. What a phenomenal performance by Lunin. And then, Bayern, we cooked them. Vinicius went nuts. And then we all know what Joselu did, right? I think they made a mistake. I remember Bayern, they subbed off like all their attackers in like the 60th minute, bro. And that kind of fucked them. And then we did beat Dortmund, obviously. But Dortmund, even in that final, if Adeyemi had more about him, they would have beat us. Adeyemi was through on goal. How many times? 2025. Again, Man City. We knocked them out in the playoffs. Then we had to go play Atletico Madrid. Then Arsenal. embarrassed us last season. Arsenal, Declan Rice, those 2 free kicks, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And now this season, Benfica in the playoffs, and now we got Man City for the 5th for the 5th season in a row, essentially. Man City. What's going to happen? Like I said, I think we can beat them. But I'm not confident that we will. I think Thibaut Courtois is going to have to carry. And I tell you what, if this goes to penalties, we are out. I think Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. But when it comes to pens, he's not better than Donnarumma. We saw Donnarumma last season when PSG did the treble. He's a phenomenal. Even you see it with Italy as well. When it comes to penalties, Donnarumma is elite. So, look, Real Madrid, we definitely have, once again, another hard path to the final. We never get it easy. But I want to know what you guys are saying, right? How do you think it's going to go in the UCL for us? If we were to get past Man City, do you think we can possibly get past Bayern? Nah, right? Nah, I don't know. But one thing that I do want to say is Real Madrid versus Man City, it's still giving me my best moment as a fan. Literally, Rodrigo coming off the bench and scoring that first header. Bro, I've never experienced anything like that again. That hit more than actually winning the UCL, by the way. I wasn't doing content back then, but if I was doing a watch-along when Rodrigo came off the bench and bagged that brace, and then Benzema got the pen, let me tell you something right now. If I was doing content back then, bro, would have broke the internet. But, yeah, we got our work cut out for us. And if we get knocked out, I'm blaming the board. That's where my energy will be. The board, for me, is who will be getting the most smoke. Because why did you not give us the proper tools to compete properly in the second half of the season? But look, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications, right? Make sure you guys check out okjersey.com. But I definitely want to know what you're saying about this bracket. We'll do a couple more chats, and then we're going to talk about the overall bracket that was dropped and the possible pathways for everyone, right? But I did just want to focus on Real Madrid real quick. Let's see. I know that we got a super chat. Is this my guy, AB? Is this AB? Yo, big up to AB every single time. You know, I appreciate you, broski. Oliveira FC got the way easier path. I mean, look, not to complain about it, right? But when you look at Barcelona and Real Madrid in the Champions League, we generally have a harder pathway to the final. And that's what makes it... Hold on. Yeah. Look, that's what makes it more impressive that we do better than them. Because more seasons than not, we already have a harder run. So it's like, how are we always able to get the job done? But I'm be honest, Barcelona have zero excuses. If Barca do not make the semifinals, minimum, that's a disgrace. If it's not Arsenal, Barca in the semis, that's mad. Yeah. Let me see. A couple more chats, then we'll talk about just the bracket in general. I'm a Barca fan. Barca has no excuses. Okay, the final, I don't think Barca get past Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal lose to Barca. That's the semifinal matchup. And we are going to make our predictions in a second. We will. Well, hold on. I don't want to mispronounce your name. How do I even say this, bro? Big up to, I'm going to call you Deonto. Is that cool? I appreciate the super. As a cooler, I think Arsenal are winning it. I expect you to make the semifinals, though. If you lose in the semis to Arsenal, I think Arsenal are better. So, I don't think anybody's going to, like, really troll you like that, you know? Hold on. I'm trying to see if UEFA has this thing here where we can, like, make the actual predictions, like, on their website like they normally do. Hold on. Nah, I don't think. Actually, they do have it. They do have it, but it's not. Hold on, let me see something. I can't do it for the semifinals. That's trash. That's trash, bro. Like, why not? Hold on, guys. I would love to just go through it right now, like a simulator where I pick, like, what I think happens. Hold on, chat. Pick Champions League. Hold on. My editor just texted me. Hold on. Damn, bro. It's really Man City again. 1 second, chat. They really gave us Man City again. I hear it, bro. Fair. Yeah, we are going to look at the rest of the bracket, though. How many likes are we on? Let's get the likes up, people. Yo, big up to my guy, Dev. I appreciate that so much. Newcastle, who the hell asked for this? Give me PSG, and I want Dro on the pitch because it's personal. Hey, look, the only chance that you'll have at facing PSG is if you make the final. If you make the final, and if they make the final. They're milking this Madrid City matchup. Carnage, did you use to edit your videos before? I'm talking about the guy that does my thumbnails. I still just clip up my videos and stuff like that myself. Big up everybody that's in here. Let's talk about everybody else now. Yeah. Let's not make this too long, right, chat? Let's not make this too long. Fucking hell, guys. It is now revealed the pathway for every club that's still involved in the UCL. If you want to make the final, you now know who you're going against. You know who you will possibly meet in the quarters, the semis. And if you got lucky, then you are on the easier side of the bracket. Just look at this graphic right here. Everyone knows what the easy side is. On the left, it's looking like the actual Champions League. On the right, that shit looked like a Europa League kind of run. So, some teams have it easier than others. But there are still some very interesting matchups on either side of the bracket. Now, the first thing that comes to mind, because we are going to predict who advances. We're going to look at what it possibly can be. But I am very excited. PSG versus Chelsea. That cinema. A rematch of the Club World Cup final. Remember, in the Club World Cup, everyone thought that PSG were going to win. Chelsea gave them belt. Let's not forget this. Cole Palmer cooked. PSG had no answers. And mind you, that was a PSG side that just dominated Real Madrid in the semis. That was a PSG side that just won the treble. And they were fully fit. Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, the entire midfield, Vitinha, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz. Chelsea hooked them. So we got the rematch. You look at who they can possibly face. It's between Galatasaray and Liverpool. I think we all expect Liverpool to advance, right? Like Galatasaray, they almost bottled it. Juve could have been here. Like Galatasaray, they're very fortunate right now. They're a lucky club. But I expect Liverpool to deal with them. Even though I think that could be interesting as well. Because Galatasaray got a few washed up ballers that might have something to prove. Now you get to Real Madrid versus Man City. I think this matchup and Chelsea versus PSG, those are the two best of the round of 16. Because in my opinion, you got two matchups and the teams that are going against each other are technically, you would say that they're the big boys, if that makes sense. It's a very even kind of draw there. So, yeah, Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea versus PSG, those are the two best. Hopefully, these matches are not on the same day. They can't be giving us Real Madrid, Man City at the exact same time that Chelsea are playing PSG. You wait for it. Do not do that. Do not do that. Then you got Atalanta versus Bayern. Bayern are going to go through. That is the hard side of the bracket. Now you look on the opposite. You got Arsenal versus Leverkusen. Easy. I think Sporting versus Bodø Glimt. That one is going to actually be a little tough to predict. Because Bodø Glimt have been phenomenal in the UCL as of late. I really can't predict between these two clubs on who goes through. Then you got Tottenham versus Atletico Madrid. This is going to be interesting. Atleti, I think they advance. I'm going to be honest. Look, Tottenham are shit. They finished top 8 in the UCL. But at the same time, they're fighting relegation, bro. Like, Tottenham, at the time we record this video, they're literally about 4 points above relegation in the Prem. Atleti, all the money that you guys spent, you brought in Lookman, right? You had a very busy January transfer window. If you lose to Tottenham, nah, bro, Simeone needs to be sacked. Simeone would need to be sacked. You cannot lose to this version of Tottenham. And then you got Barcelona on the top of the other side. And, of course, they get a much easier draw because it could have been PSG. But they get Newcastle, which is a rematch of what we saw earlier this season. I do think Barcelona are the favorites. I do expect Barcelona to go through because Newcastle, I think they can hurt Barca, but I don't think they have the quality. I think Marcus Rashford is going to tear Newcastle apart once again. Do you guys know that Rashford, there's no club on this planet that Rashford has more GA against than Newcastle? From his time at Manchester United, from his time with Barcelona as well, which is just this season, he kills them. But now let's break this down, right? Let's actually just get into it. So when it comes to PSG versus Chelsea, I'm genuinely stuck here. Who do you guys think will go through? Because you could say that PSG have more quality, but Chelsea already have the blueprint on how to beat them. I think it depends on when this match is actually played, who's fit who's not available. I think that will determine it a bit more. But to be honest with you, I think Chelsea are going to advance. I see PSG getting knocked out early. Newcastle versus Barca. Matter of fact, let's just stick to this side of the bracket first. We'll just go side by side. I don't want to do like the zigzag kind of thing. But PSG have not been the best this season. That's tough. That's tough. I'm leaning Chelsea right now. I think it'll be very close. Like, I don't think Chelsea are going to just dominate them like they did in the Club World Cup final. I don't see that happening again. But then PSG have Luis Enrique, like Mendes, Hakimi. But they had all these guys when they were playing Chelsea in a final. I'm going to give Chelsea the advantage right now. But again, I think it depends on what the injury report is looking like. But right now, give me Chelsea to make the quarterfinals. And then I'm looking at Galatasaray versus Liverpool. I think Liverpool will beat them. Galatasaray are not that good. Give me Liverpool, Chelsea, quarterfinals. Real Madrid versus Man City. I'm going to always back my club. I don't care if you guys call me delusional or not. Just because I'm not confident. Look, when it comes to the Champions League, I'm always going to pick Real Madrid. But because, you know what? Let me not be biased here. Let me not be biased. City will beat us. Let's not be biased. Okay? Let me be objective here. Man City will go through. I'm tired of playing these guys. Every season, bro. I think City's attack is better, more balanced. City's midfield is more balanced. But their defense is not good. But they have Donnarumma. Donnarumma has been very good for City this season, by the way. He's been a very good signing for them. But if I'm being objective, City in the quarterfinals. Then you got Bayern, Atalanta. And I expect Bayern to deal with them. Now, that would make a Chelsea Liverpool quarterfinals, and then a Man City Bayern quarterfinals. Now it gets very interesting. Because, I wish that there was like a simulator that I can just build this on. But UEFA don't have it available right now. Maybe I'll drop a video just going through it. But if we get that on the quarters, yeah, chat, I don't know. I don't know, bro. All right, let's talk about the other side. Look, Barca versus Newcastle. We saw this matchup earlier, right? Barca went to St. James Park. They got the job done. I think Barca will do something similar. If Barca get knocked out round of 16, you're a fucking disgrace. You should be happy with the draw that you got. You're on the Mickey Mouse side, right? You damn near have a Disney run to that semifinals. I expect Barca in the quarters. I think Atleti, they should be beating Tottenham. They should be in the quarters. So we'll have La Liga quarterfinal matchup. That's what I expect. And then on the other side, right, Sporting versus Bodø Glimt, I'm going to actually predict Bodø Glimt to go through, you know. They're on some great form in the UCL. And then I think it'll be them versus Arsenal. And then obviously, you know, Arsenal to knock them out. But I do want to know what you guys think. Now, I want to find a simulator. I want to find something that I can, like, actually put what I'm saying onto paper. Because then I think it'll just look better visually. But if not, those are my predictions for right now. If you guys don't agree, then I am interested to know what you think. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Surely there has to be something that I can... I want to be able to, like, pick. Let me see. Come on, UEFA. There's got to be something here. Yo, by the way, big up to Livingstone. I saw your super chat earlier, bro. I was just in the middle of talking. That's why I didn't read it. But he says, it was great to have you on live yesterday, bro. With this high line, yeah, I'm not moved. We make even semis, bro. But if we get Arsenal, then yeah, it's peak. I agree. I expect Barca to go further than Real Madrid. I expect you to. Yeah, the bracket's not available. My bracket, it's not available. Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, it's not available, bruv. Yeah. Well, we'll do it when it's available. But, yeah, guys, look. Champions League draw is set. Think Atletico beats Barca? I think they can. I mean, we just saw it in Copa del Rey. But will they? I don't know. Feel like Barca might get revenge. Real Madrid has the hardest route to the final out of any team if the strong teams go through. Yes, because we have to play Man City. Then it'll be Bayern. Then it'll either be PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Bodø Glimt are on a generational run, and that is their preseason. Big up, Dev. I'll build you a simulator online if you want. Nah, it's all right, bro. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. We're going to end in a second here. Basically, it will be a Premier League semifinal. You think so? You think Tottenham are going to be going against Arsenal? Nah. Tottenham aren't making the semis. No chance. No chance, bro. Nah, an Arsenal-Tottenham semifinal would be crazy. A North London Derby semifinal, you know? If Atleti get knocked out, delete that club. Delete that club. We're cooked. I mean, look, must be nice to get the easy side of the bracket, dog. Bro, no team... Stop it. Stop it. If you look at this graphic, and if you genuinely are going to sit here and tell me that there's no easy run to the final, you're fucking lying. Use your brain. Look at Arsenal's bracket, bro. They're going to slap Leverkusen. And then they're going to play Bodø Glimt or Sporting before they make the semifinals. But that's not an easy run. Barca has a harder run than Arsenal. Because Newcastle's not going to be that easy. And then Atleti, it's not going to be easy. But, like, use common sense, bro. Look, guys, we're going to wrap up here. Who is live? Who is live that we can redirect to? Let me see. Big up to all 300 people that are watching right now. Let me see. Nobody. All right, fair enough. Guys, I'm going to wrap up, right? Yo, we have a very busy day on Football Carnage today. You guys do not want to miss chaos. Man like Papillon has to wear a certain kit, and we got to break down all this Champions League madness. Look, man, smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Big up okjersey.com. Look, people, in a bit, right? Big up your damn selves. Peace!